of your time of life, and then we're gonna go and let you have your weekend to yourself. Because I'm gonna have my weekend with some people who are very, very important, and they deserve to have a little quality time, one-on-one, with your boy, your big, and me also with them. All right, because they're just as important as I am. Listen, come on in, everybody, quickly. It is a beautiful rainy day. We need water in Oklahoma. We need our grass to grow. Appreciate you. Hey, everyone that's been supporting the workout hour around about 2:15 to about 3:30, 3:45. Appreciate you guys for coming in on the King Hulk space KH or King Hulk Fit Club on Facebook. So it's King Hulk Fit Club, 4 words, on Facebook in a private group. Or you can also watch it because we also tag it to King Hulk, 1 word, space KH. You get a chance to watch the workout, and we greatly appreciate everyone participating, everyone that comes in. It's a free workout program that I have where I teach you how to be able to do certain things every day of the week, 7 days a week. Haven't missed a day. Starting next year, we might end up mixing and matching some things, doing some light days, half days. Still yet working out every day because that's just how my body functions. I try to take a day off, well, not a whole day off, I just kind of did some stuff for the stomach. And man, not me, I can't do it. I live by health. I move by health. Everything about me is health. So, it is what it is. I ain't mad about it because of the fact being it's keeping me in the shape that I want to be in. And it's also making sure that I will be around physically to be able to handle things as it comes my way by life, by grandchildren, by the people who love me dearly, who wants to kind of keep me around. That's what they say. They love me enough to keep me around for hell, you know what I'm saying? Hell, appreciate it. I ain't mad, I try to do the best I can. Listen, I ain't perfect, but I am trying to perfect everything about me every day, all right? Also, too, December 1st, everyone get your ad roller from me. We have a lot in storage, all right? That's the only thing I really do store. All the stuff you see behind me is one of one, but everything else with my health products, the detox system, the different ways that we eat our meal 7 days a week. We are very, very, very strict about what we put in our body. We eat life because we want to live life. But that orange machine, that orange-white machine behind me is a great secret to helping you develop what is called your midsection or your gut. Or for those of us that's from the country or from the central of Oklahoma, central state called Oklahoma, we call it the belly, all right? As you can see, back when I was a big fella, I always had the round belly. Been having the round belly majority of all my life. Even when I was a power lifter, round belly. Couldn't never, ever get no 6-pack, 4-pack, just had a 1-pack. Now I walk around with an 8-pack. 54 years young, all right? Have a nice between 30 to 32 inch waist. Last time I seen that, guys, I ain't gonna lie, I was in high school. I think in high school I was running the 28. When I joined the military, I was the 28 waist. I was like 175 when I joined the military. Right now I'm walking around between 205 to 210. Lowest I got in my weight loss that I did a couple of years ago here on live on all of my channels was 192. So I've been really kind of maintaining. 192 was too small. Even I was like, hey, people's in my life. Perfect health record, breathing, running, ran a mile in less than 7 minutes or 1 second, But the problem was it just didn't look right with the frame. I'm 54 years young. At that time when I did that mile, I was turning 53, I believe. And it just wasn't looking right on me because it was just too small. So I kind of beefed up to about 200. And that was doing really good. And then I kind of wanted to see what 210 was like. So got a chance to do that. Oh, I can help you with that. Now, those of you all, my channel is kind of basic for all women. If you are a man, please be a king, be an alpha male. Don't come over here tripping. Don't come over here saying nothing goofy, because I will block you. Maybe going to give you energy. It's called No Energy to Negativity Weekend. No Energy to Negativity Weekend. But if you are a woman, I asked the Lord literally to give me a plan. Because I was like you all. I ain't had no baby or nothing, but I could not lose my belly. I don't care what I did, how much I worked out. I was killing myself. I was bench pressing 400-something pounds. At 50 years old, lifting, doing crunches, doing weights, curling 75 to 100-pound curls, all this, back kicking, 75, 100. That stomach wouldn't go for nothing. Sitting in the sauna 2 or 3 times a day, literally sitting in the sauna trying to sweat. Then finally God gave me a way. He told me what exactly to do. You have to do 3 the 4 major steps, but I did 3 major steps. Number 1, I don't care if you had a baby, I don't care if you had the scarring tissue. Listen to me very closely. Number 1, you have to detox your mind. That's first place. Detox your body. No. Get rid of the stuff in your mind, because all of it starts in your mind. Losing weight, maintaining weight, going to the gym, getting on diets, all of it starts with the mind. If you do not detox your thoughts in your mind and prepare yourself to really stay committed to what it is you're trying to do, you'll end up on somebody's operating table trying to get it cut off. And that's not always the most successful way of doing it. Sometimes people who do the gastro pass and also do the BBL and do all that, they end up coming right back because their mind has not changed with the operation. You can't go into operation that takes about 2 to 3 hours and cut away all of the stuff that you want to cut away and think that you did something 2 or 3 hours with your mind. Matter of fact, that's traumatic to your body. Your brain got to kick in to trying to heal the trauma that you did to it, and then it's going to remember ice cream. It's going to remember bonbons. It's going to remember cake. It's going to remember cookies. So no matter how much you go down to Miami, let them cut, or to Atlanta, and let them cut, tuck, and stick this there and all that, if your mind has not changed, when it comes back, it's going to come back with a vengeance. So number 1, you got to detox your mind. Number 2, you have to detox your body. Once your mind is detoxed, once your mind is prepared to be able to go through this, what you get ready to put it through, the body will line up because the mind is the master to the body. Even though you can tell yourself with your mouth all day long, girl, I'm losing weight. I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to the gym. You can speak with your mouth and it doesn't come from your mind. Sometimes your mouth speaks what comes from your flesh. The second thought, right? You can make up in your mind all day long, you want to do this and want to do that. But until you, you can speak with your mouth all day long that you're going to do this and do that. But until you really make up in your mind. So the next thing as you're detoxing your mind, you're exercising your mind, is detoxing your body, exercising your body, all right? You can go through that whole detox. I'm going to tell you right now, it took you 10, 15, 20 years to get to the size that you were at. 3, 4, 5, 6 kids to get all the scarring to your belly, to your womb. From C-sections to all kind of stuff. Pap smear. Every time a woman does a pap smear, that's your flesh being entered into. Just like, even like sex. Every time the man penetrates you, there is a removing of flesh as well as a moving around the flesh. Without me going too deep into it, because some of these platforms don't like you talking about certain things with the body because it's offensive and they end up banning them alive. But you know that every time you have intercourse and every time you have your yearly check, that is entering in and is moving the flesh and sometimes removing the flesh. You might not be seeing big chunks, but that's the reason why you see a little spotting after you get through either way, whether it be through penetration or whether it be through examination. But even through all of that, if your mind is not conditioned to go through certain things in life that you're going to end up having to do to make sure that you stick to your plan, no matter what you do to your body, you're going to go right back to the person you used to be, and sometimes not even worse. So the first thing is detox your mind. Second thing is detox your body. Third thing is stay committed no matter what. Stay committed no matter what. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not committed to being who you are as a person, you're not committed to relationships, you're not committed to your word, you're not going to be committed to this situation. If you find yourself cheating in relationships, cheating in your word, cheating on your job, taking a little time here, taking a little time there, you're going to cheat when it comes to you trying to get your body healthy. We're not trying to BBL you. We're not trying to get a look. Unfortunately, but yet fortunately, your looks come from your mother and father. So if you had some ugly parents, I can't do nothing about that. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be an ugly child. You're going to grow up to be an ugly owl duck. That's just facts, y'all. Listen, it's funny, but it's real. And sometimes y'all don't understand that there's certain genetic things about you that you cannot change. You cannot automate. You know, I don't care if the nose is wide and you try to make it skinny. At the end of the day, it's gonna your bone, your nose is going to go back to its original state. All that bullcrap that Michael Jackson did to himself, look at him as he got older. It started going back to his original state when he was a little kid, because your body genetically goes back to the DNA that created you. Your mother and your father, your grandparents, right? What they did not create is your gut, your size. They created when I'm saying size as far as how round you end up getting. What you eat made you big like Big Mama. But when you stop eating like Big Mama, you stop getting big like Big Mama. You might have still looked like her in the eyes, in the cheeks, in the nose, in the hair, but you didn't look like her in the health. So what I started doing is stop concentrating on the look, because that came from mom and daddy. So all y'all that think I'm handsome, whatever your words is for me, I appreciate it, but you really got to give James and Darlene their credit, because they're the one I got the looks from. Give me the credit in my health. In getting healthy, I end up gaining a certain visual look, but the visual look only reflects my inner health. I can pretty much tell you how you feel about yourself at the core when we push all games aside and you come and talk to me as a counselor by your health. If your breath is bad, if your body shape is bad, if you're sitting up here, I mean, when I mean body shape, if you're either anorexic or obese, if your breath is bad, it's because your intake or your diet or what you eat every day. If your body odor is bad, I can pretty much tell you that you really have low self-esteem. There's some mental things going on. There's some trauma that took place, because a lot of these self-care things and taking care of yourself and self-love and all that, it is derived by your mental state of things that you went through in life, things that you have blocked in your conscious, and things that keep on representing itself in your face. That's why I said we have to exercise the mind. When I started really exercising my mind, as smart as I thought I was, as put together as I thought I was, being able to help so many people in psychology, being able to help so many people in ministry, I realized that sometimes we give out to other people, we forget to sometimes give to ourselves. So when I started end up talking and getting the help that I needed from other counselors, listening to the people that was around me that really wanted to see me for my best, wasn't always yesing me, sometimes telling me exactly what I didn't want to hear but I needed to hear. I had to condition my mind that I could not do this on my own, and I could not do this for myself or by myself. I needed to subscribe in getting people in my life that wanted to see the better outcome for my health. As I started getting more healthier, my body odor changed. I never had a bad body odor, but my body odor went to a whole nother level. Where listen, I even had kids turning around talking about, I don't know what you got on, but you so smell better than my daddy. It was the most funniest thing. We was in the movie theater. Little girl turned around, her white mama and her white daddy was over there. She walked up on this black man and says, my God, you smell good. I just had to come and tell you. I'm like, how old are you? She couldn't be no more than 12 years old. And I looked at her mom and dad like, y'all better get this one. Y'all better get the little girl. Y'all don't let her walk up on no grown man, period, but especially no black man. What are y'all doing? You trying to get me thrown in jail? I stepped back 2 steps and grabbed who I was with. I appreciate you. Thank you, little mama. Go up to your parents now. I was like, what the heck? Either she was a midget or she was a kid. Either way, I didn't want to deal with neither one of them. But I appreciate the compliment. But that's what happens. When you start getting healthy, your smell change, your odor change, your outcome and your outlook. All of this, oh, I don't care about wearing that. I don't care about wearing this. I can just throw on some baggy sweats, and I can put on some run-over shoes and a ball cap, and that's all I'm good. You know what that comes from? I promise you, it's your mindset. Because as soon as you start to think better, developing better, more mature mindsets, you're going to look in the mirror and say, I don't want to wear this no more. I don't like this no more. Sometimes your dress is a reflection of what you don't even realize is in your head. And you can't beat it, it's physics. As a man thinketh, so is he. Point blank and period. You can't beat that. It's scriptural. It's scientifically proven. You can't be high up in the sky and then you dress like a bum unless that's all you got in your closet. But if you have the potential to put this with that, and I'm not talking about name popping and Versace and all that, but then you ought to be able to want to wear some Versace, some Gucci, some things of quality. Because listen, while you thinking it's just a name, touch the material. The material of these name brands are nothing like you're going to buy in Target, Walmart, or a Penn Square Mall, or at JCPenney's or Dillard's. They have a different material, right? They have a different stitching. Some of you all, yeah, you can buy the stuff in front of some of them low-end stores, have no problem with it. I can pull out a pair of Walmart shoes that you end up thinking I paid $400 or $500. It ain't about that. But I promise you, when I wear them shoes about 2 or 3 times in this bad weather, you're going to know, because it's going to start, the stitches going to start going down, the sole going to start going down. So my orthopedic shoes made by Reeboks are $550 shoes. I said, let me tell you why. Once again, orthopedic. They're not just the regular Reeboks you can buy at the Dillard's. Not the regular Reeboks you can buy out of a shoe store, out of a Foot Finish Line and all that. You have to get these prescribed by a doctor. $500 to keep these bad feet from having bad moments. So you sometimes have to pay And when I get tired, because I'm also a licensed barber, when I get tired of having bad feet, always aching, got to put them in ice, got to put them in heat, got to have somebody massage them, I said, you know what, I'm going to have to pay to be able to have good quality feet. Let me tell you something, you barbers and you beauticians, this is what they teach us in school. When your feet go bad, your money starts to go bad. Because you can't sit down all the time and cut a good hair. Now I know they subscribe and try to get us a little chair and a little seat, but a real beautician and a real barber stands behind their chair, period. Lose the weight, get you some good shoes, and learn how to invest in yourself. You don't invest in yourself because your mind is at a certain place that's still locked from trauma somewhere. You ain't never got to admit it, but it comes out. It's facts. You got to think well of yourself. So how you lose the weight, women, around your belly from having some of them kids you didn't want to have. How about that part? Some of y'all got pregnant, you didn't want to get pregnant. Now you wasn't into getting rid of it, but you sure wasn't into making it either. And either it came involuntarily by some things you couldn't help, or you were doing something and you had one of them oops moments. You didn't push him out, he didn't come out. You had that baby. You're going to have to get that in your head that this is still a blessing no matter how that child got here. Because that's going to start the healing process in your mind. That when your mind gets healed, all that scar tissue in your body, the reason why it's there is because when the body was trying to heal itself, your mind was so occupied on trauma and pain and other bullcrap that it didn't pay attention to how to really heal the inner layer of your stomach. So some of that can be reversed when you start reversing your way of thinking about certain things in life. Everybody ain't against you, everything ain't against you. Certain sicknesses that you have that you're carrying, it is really, really mental. It is derived from the stress that you have in your head. You're thinking about bills, you're thinking about food, you're thinking about clothes, which are very important things. But not to the point to where your health is no good, where you can't dress in the clothes, and you can't live in the house, and you can't eat the food because you up in ICU somewhere. With some nightgown on, with the back open. Come on. So get your mind right, then you start getting your body right. Get your body right, then you start having a healthy living. Get that healthy living, ain't nothing you can't do in life. The looks might enhance, it might come, it might not. Who cares? You might, listen, as long as you can make a seat, you see that dip with your stomach? Between your back and the wall of your stomach? And mine used to be a whole lot more in. You know what that shows me? Because it needs to go in a little bit more. You know what this shows me? I got some toxin between the wall of the stomach and the stomach. I got some things in between there. Bloating, toxins, all that needs to be out of your body. Because if not, it's going to go to the heart. It's going to go to the lungs. It's going to go to the kidneys. It's going to go to the joints. You're going to be having aching. Some of us is talking about, well, the weather's changing, so my bones are aching. That's showing you that you got too much corn syrup in your body. You got too much sodium in your body. You got too much sugar in your body that now attacks the joints. You don't really have, you know what arthritis is? It's nothing but built up mucus. That's all it is. Break down the mucus, get rid of the arthritis. Point blank and period. Dr. Sadie was right. We have to always martyr our black geniuses after their death and give them the praise that they was due to them, that they was really right about when they was alive. Now everybody understands what this man was talking about. Get rid of the mucus, you can get rid of about 60 to 70% of diseases known to man could be eliminated, eradicated out of your body when you get rid of the mucus. Diabetes, herpes, AIDS, cancer, and the list goes on of stuff that really kills people of color. Get rid of that mucus. Dementia, Alzheimer's, get rid of that mucus. High blood pressure, get rid of that mucus. Cholesterol, get rid of that mucus. Weight gain, get rid of that mucus. Eyes not seeing clear, get rid of that mucus. How I know that there's some stuff going on with my allergy with my eyes and I got too much mucus in my body is because I went from almost, man, my eyes was, my eye doctor literally had to change my prescription within that time of me losing weight because my eyes started getting better on its own because the layer of mucus that was in my eye lining started going away and that cloudiness started clearing up and I was able to see even sharper. Get rid of that mucus. How do you first get rid of the mucus? Is the big question. Get it out your way of thinking. Because some of us, our mind is mucus thought. We think so thickly wrong about our life and decisions that we've made that we really just don't know how to get past it and get over it. That it lingers from one situation to the next situation, from one job to the next job, from one debt to the next debt. We don't even realize how good it is and how happy we should be that we do have a bill we can pay. I just bought me another car and I thought I paid off all my cars, paid off my house. I was like, woo, man, this is what it really feels like to have extra money in my pocket. And I've been sitting around here, like the last 4 or 5, maybe 6 months. I'm like, this ain't me. This ain't challenging. Okay, the stuff that's paid off, that's cool, that's good, but this ain't me. This ain't what I want. This ain't what I want to do. This doesn't push me. This doesn't drive me to better. This has made me kind of lazy, kind of made me sit back and say, this is not even the currency of the world. You ought to feel good that you even can accumulate a debt and pay it off. Accumulate a debt and pay it off. That's the system of life. We were all debt to sin. Christ came and paid it off. Okay. We have to sow in the ground. That's a debt. But the harvest is the payoff. So it's always about having a debt, but having the ability to pay it off. That's what makes us as humans evolve to become better. So I went and bought what I wanted, not what I could afford, not what I don't even need a car. I got one, everything is great, I don't need one. Uber wherever I want to go, catch a plane wherever I want to go. I'm like, the hell with that. I want a toy. No, I didn't, not because I'm 50, it's because since I was 15 years old, I've had a car. I've always had a car. I've always had just a car. I've never in my life, I've had over 35 cars in my lifetime. Have I ever had 2 cars to myself? Never. I always had 2 or 3 cars in the house, but it wasn't all to me. It was the other people that was in the house driving them. I said, no, I'm supposed to have me a second car and what I want, what I desire to have. I got me a nice whip. And I'm thinking about getting me another one. Because as soon as I bought that, I felt like life kicked in. I'm like, whoo. All of a sudden I started thinking about doing deals and how to put this together, how to put that together. Because some of us, this ain't to everybody, but some of us that live in a different atmosphere and stratosphere of most people, where this stuff doesn't stress us out because it's life and we like to be challenged, we live like bosses even when we don't live like a boss. Now, I just so happen to own a couple of businesses, but it pushed me somewhere because my mind is mucus free. I can see the potential of how to be able to do things and to build economy so that I can teach it to others that it ain't always for us to have no debt. You know what no debt sometimes kills is your credit. You know what people base off your job and things that it can give you is they want to see your debt to ratio, to income ratio. Duh. Now don't go all out and go crazy, but once I end up understanding that, man, my credit started getting better. People started giving me more opportunities. Folks started calling me out of nowhere because people can trust people, hear me close and I'm done, who know how to control their debt by what they have as their income. But when your mind is clouded with mucus, you get over debt. I didn't tell you to do that. I tell you to create some debt that you can feel proud to pay off, to create more, to be proud to pay off. Let me tell you something. I just heard a millionaire say that how you can become a millionaire within the next 3 to 5 years. There ain't no quick scheme. How you go from an hourly job to a millionaire. So easy. Earned income credit is what everyone can qualify for in America. But if you don't know how to be able to get it, you don't have a tax guy to know how to be able to get you your earned income credit, then you don't know what to do. And your earned income credit ain't for you to boss for the next 2 or 3 months. It's for you to buy a house in the hood on the best block in the hood. So we got about 20 to 30 blocks in the hood, over in the black neighborhood that I live in, right? But every block ain't a bad neighborhood. There's some houses that's available. Because it's in a low income place, no more than $30,000, $40,000. I go get my earned income credit or because I got all these tax breaks, because I got all these companies, I go get my earned income credit and get these tax breaks and give me back about $4,000 to $6,000, maybe $10,000. All I gotta do is put that down on one of the houses, rehab it, okay, fix it up. That's what it means. Go buy one that's almost tore down between like 20 or 30,000, right? I got 5,000 or 6,000 babies. Make sure I can get the note. I get the note. I go ahead and rehab it with that 4,000 or 5,000 out of that 6,000. Keep 2,000 in the bank. Rehab it, turn it back around, and flip it, or even turn back around and rent it out. Once I get some collateral, and once I get some income coming in, and I build up the income, don't spend it, but build it up. Next year I do the same thing, or either I go ahead and sell that house. Let's see, now I bought that house for $30,000, I rehabbed it for $5,000, I got $35,000 in it, but I sold it for $65,000. Now all of a sudden got what? $35,000. I got $30,000 to my good. It's in my pocket. Plus I get established credit, and my credit score went up. Now I take this $30,000. On had 10 or 20, I take this $30,000 to do what? Buy another house in the hood. Don't go get a mansion. Don't go get fancy. Don't go buy nothing big. Go get another house with that $30,000 in the hood. Do the same thing. Flip it or rent it out. Now, what I'm going to probably do with this house, because it's a little bit better house than the other one, I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to keep this one because now I got established credit with the bank. And now what's going to happen is when I go get my third house, right outside the hood, not too far from the hood, but just on the outskirts of the hood, a bigger and better house, I'm going to do the same thing. But this time, instead of me taking my money, I'm going to take the money that's coming in from my income home, which is my rental home. I'm going to pull from that on my credit, get this other house. I'm going to move in it now because this is a better house right outside the hood. I'm going to move in it. I'm going to stay in it for about a year or two. Put all the stuff in it, boss it up, make it look real nice. I'm an Airbnb that junk. So now I got a rent house, I got an Airbnb house. That's in my second house. Remember, it was my first house for my earned income that got me this. So I really got 3 houses on my credit that's looking good now. One of them is paid off, so the 2 of them I'm renting out now. Now I'm supposed to take this Airbnb house money. I'm supposed to now go find me a house in the suburb. Because most people want an Airbnb in a nice class house to a suburb house. I'm just gonna give me a suburb house. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna get one that's on a bad block in the good neighborhood. Because the last time I got a good house in the hood on a good block. Now I'm supposed to go to the suburb, find a bad block in the suburb, give me a good house there. Why? It's because I'm supposed to put the value of that bad block back up. Because I'm supposed to do some stuff on that neighborhood that ain't nobody else seen. And because of who I am, I'm getting ready to run off the little vagabonds that's in that bad neighborhood, or excuse me, that's in that good neighborhood, but make one of those blocks bad. I'm going to join the neighborhood watch club. I'm going to do all this stuff and get involved. Get that block good, but I got the house on the low, right? Because nobody want to buy on that block in the nice neighborhood. Now all of a sudden, the value has went up because we got rid of the vagabonds. I end up buying their house or end up getting the city either to cause their house to be considered a house that needs that's dilapidated. It either needs to be torn down or it needs to be auctioned off. Now I'm getting that on the low. I got 2 houses on a bad street in a good neighborhood. Y'all do what I'm telling you? Now I'm supposed to take both of them houses, remodel them, make them look good. I'm supposed to make them 2 rent houses. Now y'all, I got 3 rent houses and an Airbnb. Oh, I'm almost a millionaire because all I need is a 5th house. Now I get this other 5th house that's not in the suburbs, but now it's on the outskirts of the suburbs. Get ready to go to my big mansion. This is going to be my house. Now I get this house on the low because it's on the outskirts like our Nichols Hills. We got some real nice houses on the outskirts of Nichols Hills. Where the Nichols Hills homes are 1.5 million to 2 million, but on the outskirts, they're only between 700,000 to $1 million. I'm gonna get one of them. But guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tear that one down and build a $1 million house. And I'm gonna be in the competition of the houses that's 2 blocks away from it. That's what they've been doing. White folk, they're killing it. Been killing it. They ain't spending what's in Nichols Hills. They're on the border of Nichols Hills. They're not inside of Nichols Hills. Now they made the border of Nichols Hills better than what's inside of Nichols Hills, and they paid half the price. White people, man, are smart. You need to watch them and follow them, man. You might learn something. Now I live there. My other people in my neighborhood looking at it, and some other people that's kind of checking out in my own neighborhood, they not becoming my neighbors. Now we're making that whole block good. This is my house. My 4 houses are paying for my house. I ain't paying nothing for it. I'm making all this bread because I'm a millionaire. Remember, I got 1 Airbnb and I got 3 rent houses. It's taking care of my house. Not because I really don't want to really live in the house now I'm at my age. I'm going to keep that house. Here's what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to rent it out. I'm just going to get me a luxury apartment downtown. And I'm also tax writing off all of these, because all 5 of these homes are now my businesses. So I'm getting ready to do, I'm an LLC, my LLC business, or I'm going to incorporate a business. I'm going to put all 5 of my houses underneath that corporation. I'm supposed to kill all kind of tax breaks and everything. All you do is start a nonprofit agency, something dealing with kids or the elderly, boom. That's a whole other story. Yeah, welcome to the Millionaire Club. Aha. You all right, babe?